The descent into hell began on an ordinary day. The sun was shining, birds were singing, and the world was at peace. But that all changed as soon as the ground beneath their feet began to shake. The tremors grew more intense, and before anyone knew what was happening, the ground opened up, revealing a gaping maw that seemed to lead straight down into the bowels of hell itself. Despite the danger, a group of adventurers decided to investigate the newly formed chasm. They made their way down, rappelling into the darkness below. As they descended, the air grew hotter and the stench of sulfur filled their nostrils. They were descending into hell, and they knew it. After what felt like an eternity, the group reached the bottom of the chasm. They found themselves in a cavernous chamber lit by flickering flames that danced along the walls. But it wasn't the flames that caught their attention. It was the sound, a loud, guttural growl that seemed to be coming from all around them. As they cautiously made their way through the chamber, the growling grew louder and more intense. The air was thick with the smell of decay, and the ground was slick with some kind of slimy substance. It was then that they saw them. Demons. Horrible, twisted creatures that seemed to be made of pure evil. The demons descended upon the group, and the fight for survival began. The adventurers battled with everything they had, but the demons were relentless. Their claws tore through flesh, and their teeth ripped through bone. One by one, the adventurers fell until only one remained. The lone survivor fled, running blindly through the twisting passages of hell. But no matter where he turned, the demons were always right behind him. They tormented him with visions of his loved ones, taunted him with promises of unspeakable horrors, and chased him to the very brink of madness. Days turned into weeks, and the lone survivor descended deeper and deeper into hell. He was lost, alone, and afraid. But he knew that he couldn't give up. He had to keep fighting, to keep pushing forward, no matter what horrors awaited him. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the lone survivor saw a glimmer of light in the distance. He ran towards it, feeling a renewed sense of hope. As he drew closer, he saw that it was a portal leading back to the world above. With a burst of energy, the lone survivor threw himself through the portal and emerged on the other side, battered and bruised, but alive. He looked back at the portal, knowing that he had narrowly escaped the horrors of hell. But he also knew that the demons were still out there waiting for their next victim. From that day on, the lone survivor lived in constant fear of the demons that had haunted him in hell. He knew that they could strike at any moment, and that he was never truly safe. The descent into hell had changed him forever, leaving him with a terror that would never fade.